Hey everyone, it's Kristen. So today, well, for Wednesday, was Kang the Conqueror, and he's a 31st um from the 31st century, Nathaniel Richards, a descendant of Reed Richards. If you want to know more about him, I did a video on my channel, Avengers 267. Yeah. I was like, wait, which one was that? And that tells you more about him and his backstory. He has a really interesting story. I mean, of course, in the MCU, he was going to be the next, like the next big bad villain, overall villain, and then the whole Jonathan Majors scandal happened and they just canked the whole idea, which I'm kind of surprised. Like, you'd think, okay, well, they really could just recast the role because there's so many Kang variants, but they chose not to do that. So I don't know. And now you have Robert Downey Jr. as Doom, and we're still kind of waiting to see if I mean, he's obviously going to be like an alternate version of Doom or different timeline or something, not like Earth 616 Doom. So, but okay, so for him, intelligence is 4, strength is 2, speed 7. Wow. Durability, I wasn't expecting him to be a speed of 7. Durability 5, energy 6, skills 4. And of course, he first appeared in Avengers 8 in 1964. That's what it says. Yeah, so I'm actually shocked, kind of surprised by his stats. I mean, he is definitely a villain not to be, messed with, not to be trifled with, for sure. I mean, person who has mastery over time, never a good idea to piss them off, because then they can just go back and reset things, or they already know what's going to happen, that sort of thing. So, I mean, time travel, as I've talked about before on my channel, is super complicated. So pretty much time travel is whatever the writers want it to be in that instance, because yeah, it's complicated. So, and then we have, oh, hi Dazzler. It's funny because I was about to mention Dazzler, but I didn't even say her name yet, and here she is. So, yeah, I know. Sorry. So we have Enchantress, which the video which Dazzler, her first ongoing series, Enchantress was the first villain she faced in her first ongoing series, and I've done that video on my channel too. And I still think Enchantress would have been a better villain than what they gave us in the most recent Dazzler miniseries, because that just to me, that wasn't satisfying. I won't give it away in case you haven't seen it yet. But to me, that wasn't satisfying enough. Like, oh, okay. I think that would have been more satisfying, just because, of course, you know, I, Enchantress, I can see her holding a grudge for a long time and plotting her revenge. She's definitely one of those villains that would, I feel like. So I'm just saying that would have been a better villain in that series, but of course it's not up to me. Okay, so for our stamp series, which is why we're doing, every other day, because for the stamp series, I show you the stamp and then it shows you basically where they got that image from. So it's kind of like I'm showing you the same image 2 days in a row. So kind of doesn't make sense to do, them separately. So we have the living mummy. So, and this is from Doctor Strange, number 3, September 1974. It also appears in Marvel Spotlight 19, December 74. And this is where it comes from. Let's see. Supernatural Thrillers number 7, June 1974, by John Romita Sr. Like, I mean, look at that cover. That's a great cover. It's a very striking cover. So, okay, I have to rethink my theory now. The stamps aren't just super popular Marvel characters. I think they're also Marvel characters that Marvel wanted to get out there more, because the Living Mummy, he first appeared in, oh, I forgot which comic book, but I know it was like August 1973. So I feel like I have to rethink my theory of, oh, they're just doing the most popular characters at the time. I also think, yeah, now that they're doing newer characters in an effort to get them out there, make them popular, hopefully. So, okay, he has an interesting story. He was uh, the son of a chief in a northern African tribe. And when his dad died, he became the chief. And one day when he was out hunting, he came back and found his entire village was, slaughtered, captured by Egyptians. So they took all of them back to Egypt, made them slaves. And he, kept rallying his people and trying to make them, help them free themselves. It kind of makes me think of, of course, in Exodus, Moses, rallying his people, saying, "Let my people go." I mean, how can everyone knows that story? The Ten Commandments, especially the movie Charlton Heston. They always play that around Easter. Anyway, sorry. That's just what it makes me think of. So basically, he manages in this rebellion to kill the Pharaoh at the time, but the Pharaoh's evil priest unfortunately grabs him, paralyzes him, drains all of his blood, wraps him up and replaces them with some like alchemist paralyzing fluid something. So he spends like centuries, buried and paralyzed. And he wakes up from being paralyzed and goes on a rampage. And then he is knocked out again, and his body is transported to New York to, be in a museum. And then of course he wakes up again. So yeah, he has an interesting history. His name's Nkantu, and he's mostly like, he was a member of the Howling Commandos at one point, reluctantly. He didn't want to be, and the A Legion of Monsters with Werewolf by Night, which we've already talked about. So yeah, has an interesting history too. Like I said, I really love this cover. It's super dramatic. So I can understand if you saw that cover, why you'd want to pick it up. So anyway, well, I guess Dazzler's sitting in the window, so I guess she just stopped by, just to say hi, and then she is back to looking out at the birds in the window. So I will see you guys Saturday, if not before then. So until then, bye. Oh, and well, I guess I might see you tonight. The whole, I'm documenting the two stray cats that have been coming around, Longshot and Warren, as in Warren Worthington, that have been coming around to see Dazzler. So, Longshot came by himself last night, so we'll see who shows up tonight. If they both do, or just one, or none. I just, I never know. So I will see you guys later. Bye.